This month we have not one, but two new socks for the Westknits Year of Socks, and they're a very spring and textured style of design called the Lazy Daisy socks with self-striping yarn. And they look really beautiful with variegated yarns as well, with this beautiful little daisy stitch texture. So this first Lazy Daisy pattern is really simple and beginner friendly. So very easy with just one color of yarn. And then I wanted to give a little bit more of a challenging design for you this month as well. So you get a bonus sock pattern this month called the Mingling Daisies sock. So this has the same daisy stitch in some of the sections here at the top and near the gusset. And then there's also a little crisscross cable, an eyelet cable stitch, and some fun textured ribbing. So a little bit more going on in these socks. And I chose to fade them with 3 colors. So if you're feeling a little more adventurous, then go with the Mingling Daisies socks, and you get both of these patterns for the Westknits Year of Socks ebook. And if you want something a little bit more relaxing, then the Lazy Daisy socks will be really mindless and easy, really showing off that texture. And I'm always looking for really fun single skein patterns that show off those crazy variegated colors. So this was done with Punk Rock Unicorn and one of their really playful pastel neon pop colors. And these would be some other really fun color styles to show off that Lazy Daisy stitch pattern in the daisy stitch. This is called Goa. G-O-A. It's a really fun variegated orange and turquoise. So these crazy types of yarns are ideal for this stitch pattern because it's such a fun little clustered, textured effect, and it will cluster the colors together in a nice pixelated way. Some of the other colors that could be really cool are the Cineplum. It's a really deep purple with these rusty orange speckles. And this one is called Firecracker. Fuchsia and orange with these like purple black speckles to it. Super yummy. There's these really bright flashes of orange in this one for Firecracker. So have a look in your stash or check out all our variegated yarns at Stephen Penelope, and just one skein will be enough for any of the sizes for the Lazy Daisy socks. And then this self-striping version, if you have that Schoppel Wolle Zauberball Crazy in your stash, just one ball of these self-striping yarns. It's such a fun sock yarn. I've been using this a lot, mixing it with stripes and other patterns. And for this sample, I really wanted to show off just how beautiful this self-striping yarn is when used on its own. So this is a really beautiful blue, yellow, pink colorway. And I just love those smooth, murky transitions. So really fun textures. I just love how this simple texture shows off the crazy types of yarns. So with Zauberball, you're gonna find all kinds of colors. Some of them have multicolors in the balls. So you'll have blue and orange and brown, or blue and olive and rusty red in some of these. So they're really fun to look forward to what you're gonna get in each stripe. And others have more monochrome effects. So it's more blue or more pink overall, or this really dark domino colorway is really gray and neutral. And one of my favorites is this rainbow one. This one's called Freesia Fisha, and it's like a tropical fish in a yarn ball. So every single section would have a different little colorful transition. So those Zauberball yarns are really fun to try. Just one ball will do the Lazy Daisy socks. And for the Mingling Daisies, with all those extra textures, I chose to do just 3 colors. And when you're picking a fade for doing 3 colors together, I think it really helps for that middle color to share tones from the first and the third color. So this was my inspiration for the palette. This was from La Bien Aimée. And then this Kitsune colorway was at the end. And then this is the Anemone colorway at the beginning. So for the cuff, it has that purple from the middle color. And then for the toes and the foot, it has that rusty red from the middle color as well. So this middle color can be like a bridge to fill the gap between your first and third color. So you'll get that smooth transition because that middle color shares some tones. And then it helps by striping. I tell you exactly where to stripe colors for the sock to get that faded blend. And I just love that purple lavender effect from the rusty, earthy red tones to the pastel purples. Really, really fun, and lots of little detailed stitch textures in those Mingling Daisies socks. So if you're working from your stash with the Mingling Daisies, you're gonna need 3 skeins of yarn if you're getting new yarn for the Mingling Daisies socks. But if you're diving into your leftovers, again, look at those multiple colored yarns, those variegateds, and then see what could be a connecting color. Maybe this one's the lightest color, and ooh, maybe this darker teal. It shares some of the blues, so those are gonna blend together, but then it gets a little darker. And these share the purples. So when you have all these kind of speckled yarns, they're gonna really help you blend. But if you want it, for this one, it was a little bit speckled, but the first and last were more solid. So maybe, ooh, maybe we go back to that purple, and then we have that green, and maybe you could end with a green. Oh, that would be a really fun option. So use those multicolors as inspirations to start your palette, and then pull colors from them to exaggerate the lighter tones to start with, and then the last color you can exaggerate the darker tones. I think it could be even cool. Well, it's not so matchy-matchy, but that could work. That blue turquoise, ooh, or that teal. If you have leftovers that you're working with, and if you're not sure you're gonna have enough yarn, then I would get an extra color if you're working with all these little bits of yarn. So maybe if you're not sure you have enough to do a full pair of socks with these leftovers, then maybe get an intermediary color. Get a 4th color, and then you can get a more smooth, dramatic fade with an extra ingredient. So lots of fun options to try. You can go with your greens. Ooh, what about a green and turquoise aqua? That would be really cool. Something like that could be fun for some socks. So get creative with those leftovers. And if you're looking for inspiration, we always have lots of sock yarns at Stephen Penelope. And you can search for those yarns by sock yarn type. So we have really nice filters for finding different colors. So when you go to Stephen Penelope, you can click on the yarns, and you can organize all our yarns by looking at all the purples. You can click a little purple filter to sort all the yarns we have by color, or by weight, or by yarn type. So check out those tools to help you pick your color selection, and I can't wait to see which pattern of these you make. So let me know in the comments down below if you're gonna go with the Lazy Daisy socks and go with those variegated yarns or the crazy self-stripe yarns, or if you're gonna go with the Mingling Daisies, inspired by the Mingling Daisies shawl. So both really fun patterns, and we're still just getting started. So I hope you join me for Westknits Year of Socks. I'll put all these pattern links down below so we can have a whole drawer filled with hand knit socks by the end of the year.